Okay, ladies and gentlemen, you have Darren Little here with the MLM Superheroes, and we are live right now on an international broadcast, broadcasting to all four corners of the world. Guys, what I want to do here today is I just want to bring everybody together. I want to do a little bit of a recap just to give you an idea of where we started, where we currently are, and where we are going, okay? Now, when we first started on this vision, the vision that I started with was to be able to bring a group of people together that are interested in making a seven-figure income and beyond. Okay, that was the first goal, step one. Now, when I first started talking about this vision, it was to bring 20 people together, 20 people together that were each going to spend $1,000 per person. You know, what was interesting that happened was that not only did the first phase of the vision come to fruition within 1 week, right, but it went beyond that. So we set out with an intention to raise $20,000 for the first test, but instead we raised $23,000, right, for phase one, okay? Now, what we've done in this campaign is we're specifically targeting the people that are already sold on personal development. They're already on the path of personal development. So what I was saying earlier is that if you had 1,000 people and 100 of those 1,000 were on the path of personal development, and you were only targeting the 100 versus the rest of the 900, right? You think that your chances might be a little bit higher to be able to get to your dreams, goals, and desires. And the truth is that this industry, guys, just so you know, is personal development disguised as a business. It's really personal development. This is a leadership business model. Okay? It's not a sales pitch business model. Now, once you understand that, and we're only targeting people in personal development, it ups the ability to be able to close. Okay? So here's our strategy. Step one, we're going to target those people. Step two, we're going to give them something of value, right? And we're going to give them the opportunity to submit a survey to get to know them a little bit better, right? And our follow-up sequence, we want them to do a couple of things. We want them to fill out the survey, we want them to book into the live webinar, and we want to help them along their path by giving a little bit of an incentive so that they'll enter into the three-dimensional vision board contest, and we're going to give over $1,000 in prizes for them to be able to take action, right? Now, Todd is sharing with us his personal breakthrough, and what he said was that it took him 3 days, guys, 3 days to go through alpha training. But his whole reality is completely transforming right now because of 3 days of massive action. Now, my question to you is this. Can you take the next 3 days or even on the weekend to get through that alpha training? Because whether you do or you don't is going to affect all of us on this panel. So if you don't do it, it's going to bring the group down, okay? Because we are only as strong as the weakest link. So if you don't do it, right, then we're back down to this lower vibration collectively as a team. If you take action, you open up the gateway of the whole team. So if everybody on the team commits 3 days to get through the alpha training, and you can go to sevenfigureprofitmaximizers.com, you can register for that, you can get access to that. Totally able to doing that, Darren, halfway through already, I'm all in. Okay, who was that? That was Mary. Okay, awesome. Okay, so what I need for everybody to do is go to sevenfigureprofitmaximizers.com, okay, and register so that you can get through that alpha training as fast as possible, okay? So what I want to share with you guys here is this. This is my ultimate vision, okay? And I believe that this is possible. Based upon the stats that I currently have, If I look at how much money that I spent, I scaled it up like this, right? I started with $560. I reinvested that. I put back $700. I reinvested that. I got my first $3,000 day. I put half back in. I kept on going, right? But out of probably about maybe 12 grand in the exponential kick up, it generated about $110,000. Okay, so from 12,000 to 110. Okay, so I believe that if we take 20 grand, but now we're more focused on the personal development market, that we should be able to do actually better numbers than that. Okay, now there's a strategy that I used for that, which was I had my traffic, right, going. As it was generating some results, right, I posted those results onto Facebook. I emailed the results to my list, and then I said, hey guys, do you want to find out how I did this? Come and join me on a live webinar and meet me in person, and I'll share with you behind the scenes. Okay, so there's multiple components to rolling out a campaign. It's not just traffic and let's wait for the lotto. Okay, it doesn't work that way, guys. Okay, you got to realize that you as the leader need to those people, whether it's through your copywriting, whether it's through your videos, your emails, whatever it is. You have to be that naked soul, that vulnerability, to let that person in to get to know you as the leader, right? And to be able to help them to solve their problem, okay? So I believe that with a $20,000 budget, we should be able to scale this up so that we go from 20,000 to 40,000 to 80,000, and then we take all of that data. Okay, now everybody is going to be able to get access to that, which is just the sales results, right? So we will create, at the end of this whole rollout, a document that shows this is what we spent, these were the results, these were the conversion rates all the way through, right? That, for me, guys, just so you know, from doing venture capital or raising money, that is called an executive summary, okay? And that can be used to raise $1 million. So if I'm an investor and I'm looking to put money into a deal, it's typically based upon a couple of things. Track record of the management team, right? The vision of what's going to happen, and the results that have currently been generated, and what does it cost, and what can I expect to have for a return, right? So I believe that if we go 20, 40, 80, and we can collect all of the data all the way through this entire process, through testing and tweaking, bam, to get that laser focus, that every single one of us, guys, every single one of us could actually use that data to go raise $1 million. Every single one of us, individually, could do this, okay? So that would be 10 people at 100 grand each. Now I can tell you this, if you're investing $100,000 into a conventional franchise, you basically have a job. You've got a job, okay? If you're investing 100 grand into a campaign like what we're talking about, you can generate millions of dollars based upon this exponential ramp up, okay? So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to hand this over to Scott Rayleigh, who's an expert in Facebook marketing. He's mastered this strategy. He is heading up the entire campaign, guys. So I want for you to really understand that all of us, myself, Scott, Todd, we're not getting paid for this, guys. Okay? We're donating our time to the team, right, so that everybody can get value here, okay? We're not saying, okay, there's this amount of money and we're going to scrape this amount off the top. We're not even doing that. We put our own money into the campaign, plus we're giving all of our time and expertise for everybody here on the team, okay? So I'm going to hand it over to Scott. Scott's going to talk about some of the pages, some of the updates that are going on, and we'll go from there. Over to you, Scott.
Yeah, what's up, everybody? Scott Rayleigh here. I'm so excited to be hanging out with you all. Darren said, Scott, we got to get on a Monday hangout, 7 o'clock. We got to update our folks. And, you know, you're so right, Darren. You know, it's so easy to look at this $23,000 in this co-op bank account and say, hey, you know, I'm doing all this work. Why am I not being paid? Well, you know, we have these thoughts. I've never actually talked about this with Darren. This is the first time I've ever actually, you know, sharing this with you. But guess what I'm looking at? I'm looking at my mentor, my leader, Darren. And this is the kind of stuff. So I'm following his lead on this. And what did he just share with you just now? He has a venture capitalist background. And, you know, some of the things that he looks at business, we don't even see. And so when we're talking about a co-op, and we're talking about an ultimate, you know, team aspect here, and we're talking about investing, this is a major leverage point for you guys in your recruiting efforts. We had a lady just come in on the team today, and her name is Gladys. She actually joined Chad Turner, and hopefully she's going to be going all in here shortly if she already hasn't. But what ended up happening was she was like, Scott, I heard about this co-op and I want to get in. And so that right there is a major leverage point. Another leverage point, Todd was talking with a new person on his team, and he was sharing with them how this co-op is going on, how he learned how to create a survey, how he's putting this awesome survey on his email autoresponder to go ahead and really learn more about his list. And this person's like, really? You guys are doing that in your co-op? And he's sharing with them all the cool stuff, and actually Todd can share that later if he wants. And so that's the kind of stuff that excites people. You know, it's that team atmosphere. It's like you're doing something together. And so that's really cool. Today, I was working on the pages, some of the pages for you guys. And I'm really familiar with Aweber. Okay, that's what I've been using. I got an Aweber list of like 10,000 people, and I'm not too familiar with GetResponse. So I was happened to incorporate GetResponse, and I was able to get that going, it worked out pretty easily, a lot easier than I thought. And it's funny how sometimes we're learning something new, and we tend to think it's going to be really difficult, and so we kind of postpone it. So what I did is I created as many capture pages from people that use Aweber, and I tried to postpone the GetResponse. And then once I finally got to the GetResponse, I realized that it wasn't that difficult after all. So I just want to say thank you for all of you who have been patient with me, who have been sending in your autoresponder codes, and we have just really been making sure that, you know, that everything is updated, you know. And so you obviously are just as excited as me and Darren are, and we just want to commend you for that. So I'm just really excited that you guys are actually like on it. You know what I mean? You're like, you wouldn't believe, Darren and Todd, I got like at least 25 emails today back to back from Ashley, Stacy, Betty, I mean, Kimberly, I mean just a whole list of people, and it just was exciting to be able to see the teamwork that was going on behind the scenes today. Chad Turner, and then Chad gets a new person in the co-op. And then Todd was telling me about some of the people that want to get in the co-op, but since it's closed and we're not opening until later, that was really exciting. And so it's just cool, guys, like to be able to share this stuff with new recruits to let them know that, you know, this is what they have to look forward to. You know what I mean? Into the future here as we grow this co-op. So I just want to share with you guys something. You know, when you're creating these pages, you need to have privacy policies and terms of service. It's like really important, especially when you're marketing your website on networks like Facebook or AdWords or Bing. It's like they will shut down your account if you don't have a privacy policy. It's like one of the biggest things that I've learned this year in 2015. So one of the things that I was working on today before I started duplicating all these pages was making sure we have privacy policies. So I know it's not that really big of a deal, really, but what I can do is I can show you the pages that we actually created here today just for the privacy policy, so you guys can get an idea what that looks like now. So you should be able to see my screen, and underneath the opt-in here where it says, you know, send me the free video, there's a privacy policy, okay? So if somebody clicks on privacy policy, it pops up a whole new page, and you see the email here, and it has a success vortex, and this is to protect us on the network in case Facebook looks at our pages as like a real human being and says, hey, you know, okay, they do have a privacy policy. Okay, so I added this. Looks simple, looks easy, right? It's important to have, though. So all of our pages actually have this, okay? So when you guys actually get updated, you'll have access to your page. You'll be able to actually use your page in your own marketing, which I think is pretty cool. So it's not just for the co-op. You guys can actually use this for your own blog posts or emails, that kind of stuff, right?
Hey, Scott, while we're on this, I just want to bring one thing I just saw there. It should either say, open yourself up, period, the success vortex, or open yourself up to the success vortex, either or.
Where was this?
In the privacy policy. Okay, so at the very bottom it says copyright 2015, open yourself up to the success vortex, or open yourself up, period, the success vortex.
Okay, yeah, that's not a problem. I could, that's just in the blog settings really quick. I can get that going really quick. Copyright, okay. Okay, so open yourself, all rights reserved. Okay, so I'll have to find where that setting is, but yeah, okay, I'll get that going. Make sure we have that. It's just, I guess it was a correction that we're just now seeing, which isn't really a big deal, but yeah, site footer. Okay, here it is. So open yourself up to, is that the way you want to do that?
Yeah, that's awesome.
All right, so let me just hit save here. Okay, so I went ahead and I got the privacy policy done, and then down here there's a terms of service at the bottom right-hand side of the page. And this page was more or less worked on the most. You know, it's pretty long. It just details like, you know, you need to have this information if you're asking for people's, you know, email address and all that kind of stuff. So this is to protect us so we don't ever get shut down. And I had to do this before we started duplicating all of the actual sites ourselves. So, you know, this is obviously a learning experience for you guys as well. So if you guys start running traffic on any network, you need to make sure you have a privacy policy. So let me make sure it was updated now. So I'll scroll down to the bottom. Okay, it is updated. Open yourself up to the success vortex. Do you like that? Or?
Yeah. That's good.
Okay. All right. Cool. Okay, so that's how that is. So we got George. George's page is done. His thank you page. His capture page, and I basically did about half of your pages today. There's one thing that I'm having difficulties with, and it's with the get response folks. Okay, so like, okay, so Kimberly Tilly. Okay, she has get response, right? So the thing is with Kimberly Tilly is that when she gave me her code, okay, which I put inside the email here, the landing page here, I don't have a way to tell the code to take it to the thank you page. So like, for example, if someone puts in their email, it's going to take them to a get response page. Like, thank you for entering your email, and it's a get response. When really, we need to send them to her thank you page. So basically, for those of you...
There is a way to do that, but what they have to do is they have to go into the custom thank you, and I'm assuming that GetResponse has this because it's on Aweber. But when they create their code, they have to go into the thank you section and then create custom page, and then they need that URL where it's going to be forwarded to.
Right, right, right. So on Aweber, okay, it's under settings here, and it asks you, okay,
Right there, custom page.
thank you page, okay. Now, this isn't anyone's fault here, guys. The problem is that I didn't give you your thank you page to actually put in there. So what I need you to do, for those of you who use GetResponse, is to get with me personally on Facebook, okay, and send me a message. And that way, what I'll do is I'll send you your thank you page link, okay. And honestly, the link will just be your name and then a dash. So let me show you what your link really. Everyone's link is like this. Let me show you how it ends up coming out. Okay. So your thank you pages is always going to be the successvortex.com and then the name right here, Kimberly Tilley, top success thank you page. So my thank you page will be Scott Rayleigh, top success thank you page. Darren is, like this. Right.
On that note, Scott, this came back from a guy that does solo ads. Underneath that, there's another section. You can go underneath that. If they're already opted in, you need to take the same code, the same URL, and put it underneath, right? Save both, and then output the code. So it says already subscribed custom page. You need to put the same code in there, and then save your form and go to step 3.
Right. Right.
I'm running a campaign tomorrow with 2,000 clicks, and that came from a guy that's, does a lot of traffic. So he
it just basically means if that email has already been used on your autoresponder, it'll still send them to this page here instead of abrupting them and say, hey, you've already whatever, Yeah. So yeah, just make sure, guys, this is not your fault. I don't want you to think, oh, well, what did I do wrong? You didn't do anything wrong. You just never had your own thank you page to put in to your GetResponse. So basically, you just go do what I did. Just go to your form that you created and click on Edit, whatever, and then find the thank you portion. That way, we can test it because. Like I'm on Kimberly Tilley's capture page right now, okay? And if I enter in an email address, okay, I tried this earlier, but guess where it sends me? It sends me to GetResponse, okay? So we don't want that. We want it to go to your thank you page, okay? So that's like the only thing that I really just wanted to share with you guys today. Obviously, we have a lot going for us in this co-op, and I actually had to talk to PayPal today because their merchant services was like, just want to make sure that we're delivering on what we're saying we're delivering on and stuff. So no big deal, we got that taken care of, and everything's looking good. I'm actually running traffic on Facebook every day, and Facebook actually just changed their interface, which is kind of a pain in the butt now. I mean, it's not a pain. I think it's just they're trying to make it better, better to track stuff and all that stuff like that. They're trying to make it so you can understand the clicks, but it's just anytime someone updates the whole interface, it's difficult to really understand like right away. So that kind of thing. So yeah, it's exciting though. Nothing like drastic. It's just like buttons that you thought were on the left are now, hidden. You're like, where are they now? So it's fun. So good thing that I'm running traffic now, so I can kind of get my way around when we start implementing the Success Vortex ads and start doing all that stuff. So that'll be exciting. And so back over to you, Darren.
Hey, Scott, this is Stacy. Can I ask you a question about that auto response?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, I'm here and it says custom thank you page. Use your own thank you page URL. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's exactly where you need to be.
Okay, and then when it says http:// I first put in, before I put my name in top success thank you page, do I put something before that?
Let me. Okay, this is Stacy Proya.
Yes.
Okay, so let me give you your link now because it's pretty much they're all the same really. So it's Stacy, and then like this. So I will put this in the comment section. So
Thank
this
you.
page hasn't been actually created. I'm going to create it right now, but this is what the link is going to be. You know what I'm saying? So you can actually put that in now. So let me hit the chat box and put that in there. Okay. So if you go to the chat box on the Hangout, you should see that your link.
Okay. So, guys, what I want to just share with you here is that, you know, as a campaign rolls out, that it's like taking some putty, right, and morphing it like this, right? You're gonna kind of sculpt the putty, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what happened for us is that we started off with an email campaign, and what we realized was that the whole purpose of the campaign, just so you guys know, is to get people to register for the live webinar. That's the whole purpose of the campaign. Obviously, we want to find out more about the person to get them to fill out the survey, and if they want to get them to take action to be part of the vision board contest. But the true purpose is to have people register for that live campaign so that we can get them into what we're selling, right? Which is our you know, our products, right? So here's what we realized today as we were going through this, is that we had to do a little bit of tweaking because the way that the previous emails were structured, they were actually emails that would happen after the webinar, right, which was out of line. So we had to resync the emails, right, and we've now posted the email broadcast follow-up in the email section, and that's fully updated, Todd. Yes.
Yeah, everything's fully updated. Like Darren was saying, you know, we decided, hey, we had 4 autoresponders, but we wanted to have an extra reminder to get them to the webinar. Before we were just going to send them to a link that, hey, they could watch the replay of the live webinar, but we want to give everybody the best value. So we added another email. Now, when you put in those emails, make sure you do spell check on them, because I found when I was putting them in that subconscious might have been spelled wrong one time, and I think it was on the second email. I didn't want to upload the whole series again, but just when you do the second email, and going through Aweber, you can put these in very, very easily again. What Darren and I'm sure Darren's done it, I've done it, Scott, we basically just copied and pasted the new email right in, redo your links, and just start everything over. And there's going to be 4 links that we're going to be focusing on. We're going to be focusing on the subconscious mind tapping. We're focusing on the survey, number 2, then the live webinar, and then we're also going to be developing a 3D contest, 3D page contest. That'll be the 4th link. But we didn't want to get everybody mixed up and doing this and this and this. So the last 3 emails, except for the very, very last part of the last email, we don't even mention the 3D contest. We're just focusing on the webinar. So everything's in the Success Vortex website now. So you shouldn't have any questions about the email respond. It's going to take 8 days to go through it. And so Darren, why don't you explain to them how we're going to run that so that we get live, as many people as possible on that webinar.
Sure. Okay. So basically, guys, here's what's going to happen. we are going to, our first live event, okay, our first live event is going to be on the 28th, okay, 28th or sorry, yeah, 28th, right? Yes, okay, 28th of this month. Now, here's what I'm going to tell you. There's going to be as soon as everybody has their data in, keep in mind, guys, if you do not have your data in, you are hindering the progression of the entire team right across the board. We cannot advance until Scott has built your page. So if you do not have your information to Scott, you are holding back the entire campaign. We can't do anything because your info has to be in the rotator. It has to be. Your data has to be completed. Your thank you page has to be completed with your picture in it. Your survey has to be completed. Your follow-up campaign has to be completed in order to be part of that process in the rotator, okay? So there's going to be a certain amount of period of time where there's going to be Facebook ads that are run, okay? And we will stop the Facebook ads when there's not 8 days between that and the launch. Okay, so the follow-up campaign is 8 days, okay, from the first opt-in until the last invite. It's 8 days, okay? Then there's going to be a live event. Now, the way that this is going to be structured, this is called step 1 testing, okay? Testing. We are now going to take the webinar and we're going to put it into a system called Evergreen that makes it look like it's a live webinar where people can actually go in, they can go through the whole process, go through the follow-up campaign, register, and it looks like it's a live broadcast, but it will happen 8 days after they register. It will be all automated, okay? All completely automated, guys. And this is what I want for you guys to understand, that in the ultimate situation of marketing, you're going to define your target market, okay? Speak to the listening. Speak to your target market. Speak to their pain or speak to them with value that's going to lasso them into your list, and then communicate with those people, right, to build a relationship and then lasso them back to something we're going to give more value and an offer. Okay, that's the whole concept here. Now, ideally, it would be really cool if you could be on a beach sipping pina coladas and just scale up your marketing campaign with money. Not with you, with money. Okay, so you're going to take a certain amount of money, you're going to put it into a campaign, all the stuff's going to be automated, it's going to trigger an evergreen presentation, and those people are going to either enroll or not. And you're okay either way. Okay? You're okay either way. You're going to be emotionally detached from the outcome. That's the key, guys. Right? I did 3 coaching calls today, and you know what the theme was today? Emotionally detached from the answer of your prospect. Okay? So Tom, what do you like best about the video? Darren, this looks like a total scam. Cool. What do you got planned for the weekend?
I love that. I love that, man. That is great. They're like, what do you mean?
Right,
Like, what do you mean? You're supposed to be mad at me right now. They're like, you know, it's crazy. I love it.
Just to add into that, it's like you can't be emotionally tied to any one lead. Okay? You're going to get a number of leads. You're going to get a number of emails. And you can't say, if I don't get 10, say you have 10 of them sitting in front of you, and you have 10 surveys, or you're going to be calling all 10 of those people. You can't be emotionally tied because, hey, this guy's making $1 million a year, putting 20,000 plus into personal development in a year. you can't look at that guy as being better than another lead that you have. You can't be emotionally tied to any one lead, because every lead is as good as any lead. And as soon as you let go of, hey, I need to make every lead a sale, as soon as you let go of that, guess what happens? You start making sales, because every lead is the same. If somebody doesn't want to talk to you, let them go.
Absolutely. And here's what I'm going to tell you guys, is that if you want to make big money in business, if you want to make really big money, okay, here's what you've got to realize. That you are standing at the gateway, holding the keys to universal abundance, okay? You're standing at the gateway. Now, if that person is not a fit, see ya wouldn't want to be ya. Okay, that's the truth. See ya wouldn't want to be ya. Okay, and you have to be emotionally detached from that. Okay, so here's what I will tell you for me. When I'm doing my recruiting, here's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for pain, problem, and passion. 3 things. Pain, problem, passion. If you tell me your pain, I can help you solve it. If you tell me your problem, I can help you solve it. If you tell me that you're not living your passion, I can help you solve it, right? I'm going to be the solution to your problem, right? But it's not going to be me. It's going to be my video, right? It's going to be my video that's going to solve your problem, not me. The only thing that I want to do is build rapport, make you laugh, get a connection, identify your pain, problem, or passion, pique your curiosity, and get out of the way, right? That's the key to this industry. Now, if you become very good at this, you can do networking offline. You can do it in Facebook chat. You can do it in Twitter chat, Instagram, Pinterest, any type of situation where you have an exchange with another person. And once you understand how it works, and you understand the psychology behind it, you can now automate the process. Why? Because you can speak to people's pain. You speak to their listening, right? So, you know, if I'm talking about your pain, and your feet, oh my God, he's talking about me. He's talking about me, right? That's your goal as a marketer. That's your goal as a marketer. You want for the people to go, oh my God, she's talking to me. He's talking to me. That's me. I'm going through that, right? If you can do that in your marketing, you got a bingo. You got a bingo. I can tell Mary's pretty excited right now. Oh, Mary, I love you. Awesome. Okay. So, Scott, any updates on the where we're at? Is there anybody missing anything? Are we waiting for anybody? What is holding us back right now? Oh, you're muted. Unmute yourself.
Yeah, nothing really holding us back at all, really. We actually gained more headway today than like any other day. You know, it was just incredible that the teamwork that was going on, like I said. And just one thing that I think that people just need to be clear about is, you know, the first 2 emails are obviously getting them, your prospect, getting them to go see the Unstoppable Vision video. Okay, that's like the main first 2 emails. The emails after that are all about getting them eventually on a go-to webinar, an actual live go-to webinar, a webinar that that's going to have follow-up series and actually say, hey, live in 1 hour, live in 30 minutes, live now, and that's eventually going to be our closing style webinar. You know what I mean? And so right around these emails is when, Darren, you can correct me on this, is when we're going to actually start putting Empower Network links and funnel links and getting them on these getting them joined on the actual team, right?
I mean, here's the goal, guys. Is that okay? There's two things. There's right now there's two more things that we have to create as a leadership group. Okay, we have to create a value-based page with the 9K day mindset, which we still have not yet done. Okay, and we have to create a webinar broadcast page that's going to be the live page that has get started now, and you have any questions, click here, right? So there's going to be that. And we also have to add the survey, right, to the thank you page, which we haven't not yet done yet, right? Survey link. Tell us more about yourself to the thank you page. And after that, we're pretty much ready to go. But guys, here's what I want for you to understand. Here's what we were talking about today, and I'm going to be completely vulnerable here. Okay? I'm going to be completely transparent. Okay? The biggest challenge with people is that they start a business, and their fear of stepping into vulnerability, their fear of stepping into being a leader hinders them and puts a blocker on their reality. And what they're really looking for is a lottery ticket. Okay, because they're too scared to deal with Pandora's box. They're too scared to deal with that because they don't know how deep the rabbit hole goes. So Pandora's box is a problem, and being vulnerable is a problem. And sharing their vulnerability and their personal breakthroughs of what got them to the next level is their problem, so they avoid it. They avoid that connection with people, which is really their breakthrough, just so you know. That's the gateway to their dreams, okay? But the gateway to their dreams is what they avoid, and they push back like this, right? That's their own self-protection. So here's what they do. We are trying the best we possibly can to make it as easy as possible for everybody here to make money. But if you are not clear, if you have not, after all of these webinars over and over, heard the sense of urgency in our voices to get through alpha training, to get through the 5 simple steps of wealth creation, if you're still resisting that, there's nothing that we can do to help you. Nothing. We can't help you, right? You have to face your fear. You have to go through these emotions to clear yourself to advance to the next level. So here's what we were saying. Guys, why don't we just do a webinar where people can, they've got control. They can invite people to their webinar and follow up. we both kind of, we went silent, and we all started laughing. Okay? And I'm not saying this in a bad way, guys. I'm just saying this from all of our experience over 20, 25 years of dealing with this industry, is that people are looking for a lotto ticket. Don't be that person. Would you want to follow that guy? Would you want to follow that woman that is waiting for a lottery ticket to show up? What value does that person have to provide you? Think about that. So what we came to the determining factor is that we're going to have to put a go-to webinar link, because the system is going to do the follow-up. Hey, 2 days away from your webinar. Hey, tomorrow's your webinar. Hey, 1 hour away from your webinar. If we don't do that, guys, I'm telling you this. All of the work that we've done on the front end is literally going to fall through the cracks. Oh, I got busy. Oh, I forgot. Oh, was the webinar tomorrow? Oh, I didn't realize it was tomorrow. Oh. That's what happens, okay? We want to avoid that. We want to do everything in our power to help you make money. But you have to realize, if we're doing all of this on the front end and you're not going to go through alpha training, don't point fingers after the fact if you don't convert anybody. Don't point fingers at us, right? If you're not willing to face your fears and be vulnerable. Don't go like this. Oh, I invested $1,000 into this co-op and these guys didn't deliver. Because we've done everything that we can do in our power to help you to make money. But you have to take ownership of your leadership. You have to take ownership. Scott?
Darren, if I could jump in here. We've made this simple for you guys. We wrote the autoresponders so that every single one, they have one task to do. Either watch the video or go to the webinar. Now, if they decide to read the PSS and stuff like that, that's different. But the emails are focused on getting them to watch the subconscious mind tapping, which is basically unstoppable vision, and getting them to a live webinar. And if you can't pick up the phone and contact your leads after we give them to you, that's on you. I mean, hey, hey, Darren, hey, this is Todd Witherspoon. I'm calling from the Success Force. What? Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. How was your weekend? Hey, I know this isn't for you, but do you know anybody else that might be interested, that would be looking for additional time, additional income? Right there, you've taken that bad lead and you're recruiting more. How hard is that? I just have to throw that in. It's like, this is old school, okay? This is old school stuff. And we're teaching you guys this.
And Todd, here's what I'm gonna say about that situation is this. Guys, who's going to follow somebody that's like a soggy potato? Seriously. This is a leadership business model. A leadership business model, a personal development business model. So why do you think that I put so much emphasis on alpha training? Why do you think that is? Because that is your gateway, guys. That is your gateway, where you don't care what anybody says, where you have no concern if somebody tells you to go F off. Cool, what do you got planned for the weekend? I love it. Over to you, Scott. You're muted, bud. You're getting reverb back.
Okay, well, stop muting me, please. Whoever's muting me. Yeah, I mean, everybody, this is like the most simplest co-op I've ever been a part of. This is like the best leadership I've ever seen. Darren says he's not even asking for money, and I'm not asking for money. I have my own coaching business and my own traffic, stuff that I do. I have a webinar tomorrow. I'm not here to promote that, but I'm just saying that I've invested a lot of time in this, and this is an opportunity for me to work with Darren. And Todd is an awesome person. He's got so much experience when it comes to just communication and organizational skills, and so it just it's funny because, like, I would say maybe 6 months from now, maybe this might not have happened. It was just at the right time, and that's just the way it came together at the right time. And so I'm just so appreciative of that. So I hope by Thursday, all of us are going to have every single one of our pages done by Thursday. I think that we can have that fully completed. And so, and then I have a few more things to do when it comes to editing the video, the subconscious mind tapping video. I'm going to edit that. And so, I mean, we're ready to go. I'm ready to go.
Awesome.
If you guys have any questions, let me know. If you guys have GetResponse, get with me. I'm actually working with Mary and Jessica and some of the other people right now. So we're getting it done. So that's why I said so Thursday. And for those of you who actually invested like $2 to $3 grand, just know that when we actually create this campaign, that your links are actually going to be put in more than once And so, for example, if there's 5 people on a rotator, right, and you put in, you know, $3,000, your links are going to be put in 3 times more than anybody else. So if there was 100 clicks, you're going to get more. It's not going to be distributed evenly. You're going to get more of the clicks. So just so you know, I don't want anybody to feel like if they paid more money that they're not. You're actually going to get more traffic and more leads because of that, because of the rotator. You know what I mean? So you'll have your links put in. If you pay twice, you'll have 2 slots. 3 times, you have 3 slots. So you're going to be. It's like if when it goes around 20 people, you're going to get hit 3 times when it goes around. Basically, that's how it works.
Okay. Guys, what I want to just make clear here is that anything that goes to subconscious mind tapping is going to be linked to thesuccessvortex.com. Okay?
Yeah, right.
Anything that links to your personal survey, you already have the link for. Okay? We still have to get to you the registration for the link that's going to go to the webinar for people to register for the live webinar. Okay? So keep in mind, this is like a metamorphosis process. Okay? So if we were all doing just this ourselves, okay, the question you've got to ask yourself is, do you have enough knowledge and expertise on your own to be able to pull something like this off on your own? Okay? And the truth of the matter is, for most people, no, they don't. They don't have the design skills. They don't have the lead magnet skills. They don't have the value-based skills to be able to do all of this on their own. Okay, and that's what I want for all of us collectively to understand here, guys. When I talk about surrendering to the team, this is what I'm talking about, guys. This is a perfect example of surrendering to the team, being a part of the whole, being part of the collective, right? But not being the Lone Ranger to think, I can do this all on my own. Oh, well, yeah, that's good, guys, but I'm going to go wing this all on my own, right? You haven't seen anything yet until you've seen my campaign, right? That's all ego. Okay? Don't be that person, right? Don't be that person, guys, okay? Together, everybody accomplishes more. And the more that we advance, the more that you become okay with that, the more that you can surrender your pride and your ego, and you don't feel that you have to be the one, right? Just be a little part of the wheel that makes the whole thing go around. Okay? Just be a little tiny part of the wheel, right? That makes everybody collectively grow bigger. When the tide comes in, the ships all rise. Right? When the tide comes in, the ships all rise. Okay? So a couple things in summary. Scott posted, he's going to post in the group as well, the thank you page, right, for each person. You're going to change the name out, and you want to put that underneath there, and if somebody's already opted in, right, you want the default to also go so that they can get through, so that it doesn't say you're already subscribed and go to a blank wall, right, which will happen. Somebody comes to your page, they opt in, they go through, they come back to your page, they try and opt in again. You're already subscribed. Blocker, right? You want to have the forwarding and the forwarding. Okay, so Scott will supply that in the group. So everybody technically needs to send a new opt-in code, right, in the group, just so you know. Okay. You also need to update your email autoresponders with the new one that has been posted by Todd, right? Also check for spelling errors, because guys, we're only human. We cannot say that, you know, everything that we've typed is perfect. I mean, I was trying to find out today if it was IT apostrophe S or ITS, right? And I still didn't really know, and I was guessing at the end of the day. So if you're the master in linguistics, then make that change, because truthfully, I still don't know, right? But I'm not an expert. I'm only providing as much as I can, right? So realize that we could easily make mistakes, right? We're not trying to be perfect here. All we're trying to do is to help you to go to the next level and provide as much value as we can as leaders to help you rise. That's our goal, right? Any closing comments, Todd?
Yeah, just I just typed it into the notes. Remember, we've tweaked all these autoresponders so that they're more focused on, as this ad campaign's developing, and as we let it simmer and everything like that, autoresponders are a living, breathing thing. They're always changing. So we tweaked a little bit on almost every autoresponder. So you need to go in on each autoresponder and replace it with the new text. Okay? Don't assume that, hey, there's one new one here, I'm just gonna add another email. No. You want to go through and check all 5 of them and make sure that, because we changed some of the titles on them, we've changed some of the things on them, and if you see, I posted in the Success Vortex, the spam score is 0. Okay, that's because we've really thought this out. We're trying to make this as easy as possible, and then the hardest part is getting everybody to comply and follow the system. And you'll notice that when you're building your teams. It's like the hardest part is, hey, you can give them a blueprint to get to $1 million, but getting people to follow that blueprint is like the hardest thing in the world. And so I believe that this co-op, we have raised the level of awareness. The vibrational level that we're vibrating at here is success, okay? And we're all in acceptance, and we're all going to follow through. And this is going to be one of the most exciting things that you've ever been involved with. So don't be stupid, and don't not follow the training. Don't not follow what Darren's telling you to do. Get the alpha training done. Get it done tonight. Watch 2 of the 4 videos that you have to watch, or watch them in 2 days and get it done, man. Just get it done. That's I have to leave that with everybody, okay?
Awesome. And guys, I just want for you to know, Todd is speaking from his heart, right? Somebody is not going to have that type of conviction unless they've already seen miracles happen in 2 or 3 weeks. You guys got to understand this. Why do you think that I'm harping so heavily on getting through alpha training? That right there is the reason. Todd, guys, just so you know this, it's important for you to know this. And I want for you to think about this going into Las Vegas. And if you're not booked for Las Vegas right now, you're not getting this whole concept, okay? Scott and I are not on the same team. Todd and I are not on the same team. We started off in different teams, okay? But I believe that in order for iPass, in order for Empower Network to go to the next level, to become $1 billion company, that the leaders need to rise above. The leaders need to start cross-pollinating their value amongst the leaders. That's what's going to take us to $1 billion company. Okay? So this is like a little microcosm of my vision. Because what I believe is this, is that if you're all in on your dream, it doesn't matter what team you're on. If you're all in on your dream, you can collectively link up with other leaders and create a little tripod. Once you do that, you will become the attractor factor. So when you go to Las Vegas, I want for you to be thinking about the fact that it doesn't matter who's on your team. What it matters is this. Do you believe that you're a leader? Do you believe that you're a leader? That's what matters. Because that's going to be the pinnacle thing that takes you to the next level. Do you realize that you could interview every single other top producer, and just through the affiliation, you will be looked at like a leader? What are you thinking going into this next event? Because if you're not thinking cross-pollination, guys, you're missing the boat. I will tell you that. And this right here is of what I'm talking about. And this is called a little case study. It's a test market, guys. Because what I want for to happen here, I want for the success of this little co-op team to be so significant that the other leaders in the whole company realize, oh my God, what have we been missing? It's been right in front of us the whole time. We got to cross-pollinate leadership. That's our gateway. That's going to take us to $1 billion. Right? That's what I want to happen coming out of the next event. Right? And we'll already have some data coming into the Rise. Right? Because the first live event is on the 28th of this month. So we'll already have some data. Okay? So guys, I want to thank every one of you. I want to thank you for your patience. I want to thank you for your commitment, for your vision, for freedom. This is what this is really all about, guys. It's about freedom. To be able to live the life you want, to go wherever you want, whenever you want, with whomever you want, for however long you want, and truly live the life of your dreams, the life of your passion, to be able to take your life to that next level, that level that people just dream about their whole life. That's what we're talking about here, guys. Okay? So thanks a lot for joining us on this exclusive and private VIP call with the Success Vortex. Guys, I'm fired up. I'm looking forward to taking things to a whole new level. So you've got Darren Little here with the MLM Superheroes. I look forward to meeting you in person one day, and I look forward to seeing you at the top. Bye for now.